Ballooning Farm Guy here, and this is Mineral Feed Production by ZoddelZockt on Farming Simulator 22. It's for all platforms, PC, Mac, and console. I'm on PS5 here on Rockcrawl for this demonstration of this factory. It is 14.35 megabytes to download, 16 slots on console to place. Where is it? It'll be under Productions and Factories and Mineral Feed Production. Here we are. $175,500 to place down. Now it requires a number of unique ingredients to make this, and there is only one recipe. But before we get to that, there are a few interesting things about ZoddelZockt's mods, and they all have information, or they all have switches. And this one, if you turn this on, an information panel turns up and tells you all the ingredients you need to make whatever you're trying to make. The next one is show trigger markers. If I do that, these things on the ground pop up, an in and an in. So it shows liquid in and dry goods in. Also out. Nice. We also have show warning stripes. Oh, I jumped instead of pressed the button. There we go. So the warning stripes show the areas encompassing those input and output and so forth and so on. And finally, the last switch here turns on the lights. Excellent. So very well lit, lights everywhere. Information panel, there we go. We see we have products there and a big sign up there. So what do we have for inputs? Well, let's take a look. Oh, let's go over inside and go to the manage production point. So it requires molasses, salt, ash, rock powder, and lime. So molasses, this is not road salt, this is special salt, ash, and rock powder. Those four things are not something that most of you probably are familiar with. Lime is just the same kind of lime that you would spread on your field. So that's about the only familiar thing, unless you're familiar with ZoddelZockt's production chains. And in order for you can make those other items, you can make molasses, or you don't make molasses. You can't make molasses or salt, but you can produce ash and rock powder and lime. And we'll kind of show you a little bit of that. But for now, these products are in here. Salt, there's not much salt, and we'll explain that in a moment. So 250,000 liter capacity molasses. Salt, I'm guessing, is either 200 or 150 by looking at the recipe, or even 50,000 liters likely. Ash is 200, rock powder is 300, and lime is 200. So looking at the recipe, you can see that the recipe corresponds to basically the capacity, so that they'll all go down evenly. So where do you get the rock and the salt and molasses? Well, we have pallets of molasses that come with this mod, and also pallets of salt. Now notice this salt is not road salt. Those can be found in objects and big bag pellets. There's the salt pallet, $500 for 1,000 liters. So far as I know, this is the only way you can get it. There possibly could be another way. The molasses, on the other hand, here it is, pallet of molasses, $1,500 for 1,000 liters. Molasses you can also get from a different way, from one of the other mod packs that ZoddelZockt has, and that is the pellet production mod. Comes with this. This is a silo for molasses, and you can buy molasses. There we go, and it will cost you $440 for 1,000 liters. So you're saving yourself a bunch of money. I will link all these other factories in the description, and we'll try to remember that, because so that's the molasses. And that one, if you have the pellet production, which is productions, so the factory is this, the pellet clinch, and with that comes it's under silos, there it is, and here it is, silo for molasses, right? So that's super handy dandy. The only thing with this is there's only one trailer, and that there's two trailers that come with this pellet press, and these ones are the only ones that can carry molasses, liquid molasses from that silo. So it's kind of all linked together. So we have salt, we have molasses, and either a tanker or this. Now, what about the ash? The ash and the rock powder. Well, the rock powder, again, it's not there. Productions, and where is it? There it is. Lime production. So let's set that down over here. And if we take a look at that, we see that stones go in and lime and rock powder are produced. So that's where you get the rock powder from that mod. That's by ZoddelZockt as well. So you can see we're linking things together here. This is a whole set. Now, how about the ash? Well, the ash is also produced from a factory, and that factory is, where is it now? It is the heating plant. Now the heating plant, if we put that down, we go over to the heating plant, or we don't have to go over there. Let's take a look here. So it will take hay and straw, wood chips, bark mulch, straw pellets, hay pellets, wood pellets, manure pellets, and the byproducts is heat, which gets sold, electric charge, or ash, and that is where the ash comes from the heat plant. It burns those items and you get ash from it. And with that ash, one of the things you can do with it is make mineral feed. So after all that, so that's where you can get all of stuff. I was able to buy everything except for the salt. Salt was only in these pallets, so far as I can find. Everything else I could buy from either a buy point, the A2 Studio one, or the multi-fruit buy point, which I always use in all of my videos, or and then the molasses came from the molasses silo. So that is why we see here there's only 6,000 liters of salt, because I was already spent a lot of time buying these, loading these. They're not liftable. I'll load them by forklift onto this flat deck and then take them over here and put them in here. So by the cycles per month and the recipe, we can expect 120,000 liters of mineral feed per month, because that's what the recipe says there. So we're going to likely run out because I don't have enough salt in there, but we're going to run it anyways, and we're just going to come up here, and to avoid confusing everybody, we're going to sell those other plants, and that way we only have the one production. So we're going to go ahead in time and we're going to test the how to get the stuff out of there. That's a good thing, right? So before I do that, let's turn it on, because that always helps when you turn it on before you test something. Right, see you in a second. So my calculations was off. I don't know why. Strange. yeah, look at that. We have mineral feed in bags, and the bags are heavy. Right. So I was expecting to have like mineral feed that pours into a trailer, but no. Right. So how much did we get? So I just ticked it over. It just ran out now as I came in here about an hour, hour earlier than I started it. And we still had a little bit of salt left. So it just ran out. We ended up with 80,000 liters of mineral feed. So, yeah, there you have it. Everything else, I mean, if the salt was filled to the top, as you can see, it doesn't really use that much per month. Now the tricky, although that's 80,000 liters. Does that include what's here? Because we have 2,000 liters per bag. Can I fill it up if I just back up to it? Oh yes, thank goodness. So let's minus this. Let's say 80. So 80,000. Let's take 2,000 liters out of here. And does that? Okay. That makes sense. So how many have we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 20, 40. So there's another 40,000 here, 40 plus, there we go, now it popped over. So 40, 80, okay, so that solves the mystery of the missing 40,000 liters. It did 120,000 liters it produced. 40,000 of it was out here in bags. It doesn't show up in here. See, when I took one out and and one refilled the spot, we're at 78,000 now instead of 80,000. So, right, bags of mineral feed. Oh joy. Right. So, as much as I was excited about this, I do know that ZoddelZockt does occasionally watch my review videos, and if he is listening, perhaps a silo for salt would be more than helpful, because hauling these pallets around is dreadful, and subsequently I won't use it. Just to be honest, just my personal preference. Minerals feed in bags is cute. Thank goodness they load into a trailer if you back up to them. I would have personally, I would have preferred a outspout and just back up and load a trailer with it, but that's kind of a side point. Other than that, everything is fine. It works fine. I love his mods, and I love all the how they're all connected together. And you got new products like the ash and the rock powder and stuff. It's all very innovative and cool. And that's just kind of a minor thing that I would prefer, not having to buy salt in pallets to bring over here to put in there. Some kind of bulk salt silo would add a lot to this. But anyways, that's my yammerings and my musings. That's the mineral feed production by ZoddelZockt on Farming Simulator 22. Thank you all for watching. I'm Looney Farm Guy, and remember, it's only a game. So till next time, bye for now.